Hello and welcome to today's short training video, and we're going to take you through the food and the wine pairings of the Spring 2022 Hotel de Vin Taste de Vin menu. My name is Richard Lockstone, Regional Operations Director for Maison Hotel de Vin.
And I'm Matt Powell, Chef Director for Hotel de Vin.
And this menu is really about giving guests an experience, a taste of Hotel de Vin. Starting with the food,
where we're going to give you a snapshot of some real Hotel de Vin classics, from chicken liver parfait to bourguignon on the bone and chocolate.
And paired with each of the food courses, we've selected one of our wines from the By the Glass selection, and we've tried to give real contrast in the wines that we've selected. So from a classic Chablis in France through to a Uruguayan dessert wine with a pot of chocolate. So to really put some contrast into the wines that we've selected. Most importantly, the guests need to enjoy the experience, and that's down to a combination of food, the wine, but most importantly from the service.
Our first dish is smoked salmon classic. We've got a Scottish salmon that's been smoked in the West Country by 7&Y, and with that we're serving it with a classic garnish of chopped cornichons, red onion and egg, lilliput capers and parsley.
And to pair with that first course, we've selected our Pinot Grigio, which is By the Glass. Now this is a fantastic Pinot Grigio. It's actually made from an area called Friuli, which is northeast of Italy. So that's further north than Veneto, which is the larger wine growing region that make a lot of the entry-level Pinot Grigios. It's a nice, clean, slightly steely Pinot Grigio that really helps to complement the acidity of the dish, and the two go beautifully.
Our next dish is chicken liver parfait. Silky texture, really indulgent dish served with raisin chutney and toasted brioche.
And to pair with the chicken liver parfait, we have selected our Pikes Riesling. So this is our By the Glass Riesling, and it's from Clare Valley in South Australia. So Clare Valley is a little bit further north than Barossa Valley. It's an area well known for producing really great quality Riesling. Now, this is not a sweet Riesling, this is a dry Riesling. There's just a very small amount of residual sugar in the wine and a little bit of sweetness on the nose that really helps to complement the chicken liver parfait.
Now we move on to our salad Maison, fresh salad with loads of different textures, the crisp leaves, roasted vegetables, pumpkin seeds and some grains in there as well, which give it a really well-rounded flavour.
And to pair with the salad Maison, we have picked the Chablis By the Glass. Now Chablis is a very popular wine from the wine growing region of Chablis. And the important thing here is that the grape variety is Chardonnay. There's no such grape variety as Chablis. This particular Chablis is really nice and clean, a little bit of minerality, but there's enough acidity to really help pair and complement with this salad Maison dish.
Right, our next course is beef bourguignon on the bone. So we've taken a short rib, braised it on the bone for 8 hours. Braising it on the bone adds full of flavour, keeps it nice and moist, so it should just fall off the bone. We've paired that with a classic bourguignon accompaniment of roasted pancetta, baby onions and butter mushrooms, and then served it with fine beans and a pomme puree.
And the perfect wine pairing with a bourguignon is typically a wine from Burgundy. Now Burgundy is in the east of France, sort of fairly northeast France, and Burgundy predominantly is made using the grape variety Pinot Noir. Now this is actually a Beaujolais. Now Beaujolais is on the south of Burgundy. It's really a separate wine growing region that's often associated with Burgundy. And in Beaujolais, they don't typically use much Pinot Noir, but they use a lot of the grape variety Gamay. And that's what this Chenasse is made with, 100% Gamay. Now, it's the third cru out of 10 in Beaujolais, and it's the third coming down from the north. And it's a beautiful Beaujolais. It's got a little bit more tannin, a little bit more body than some of the lighter Beaujolais, and that really helps to pair it so well with the beef bourguignon.
And next we've got a real bistro classic, pot of chocolate, a real simple dark chocolate mousse served with a light vanilla chantilly cream.
And to pair with a pot of chocolate, we have selected the Liqueur de Tannat. Now this is our red dessert wine on the By the Glass list. Notice this is a dessert wine, not a port. It's not from the region of Portugal. Also, it's made very differently from any port style. So the Liqueur de Tannat, the grape variety is the Tannat. It's a grape variety which is very well known as coming from Uruguay, and that's where liquid Snacks does come from. It's produced by the Familia Decas, the Decas family, who make a range of fantastic wines in the south of Uruguay. So, what style of wine is it is a very sweet wine. It's about 100 grams of residual sugar, and it's rich and full-bodied, but it's also got a nice acidity to really help it complement the deliciousness of the pâte de chocolat.
For our final course, we've got 3 great cheeses. We've got Barber's 1883 Vintage Farmhouse Cheddar, obviously from Cheddar in the West Country. Then we've got Long Clawson Stilton from Melton Mowbray, and then Camembert from the lower region of Normandy. We're serving that with our own raisin chutney, artisan biscuits, grape celery, and an artisan baguette, sourdough baguette.
And for our last wine, we have picked the classic pairing of port with cheese. Now, the challenge with pairing wines and ports with cheeses is that different styles of cheese ideally go with different styles of wine. But what we've picked here is the 6 grapes from Graham's. Now, this is a blended port, but it's in terms of flavour profile and taste, it's very similar to a young vintage port. So it's a really nice, delicious, rounded port with a nice long finish. In terms of the perfect pairing, this style of port actually goes probably best with the blue cheese. So what I'd strongly recommend is that opportunity to upsell other wines that maybe complement the other cheeses, such as big, full-bodied red wines go with the cheddar, and maybe some tawny port to go with the brie style cheese. So, as a pairing, the 6 grapes from Graham's goes really, really well with a cheese board at the end of the day.